is up, everyone? Welcome to the Being Beautifully Honest podcast and channel. Thanks for being here, for being subscribed. If you're not, go ahead and hit that button. And if you're listening on YouTube, hit that like button. It's like walking in the room and hitting that light switch. Let's brighten up the place and get into this conversation. I'm going to just make this really quick, guys. Now, okay, we talked about recently on the Being Beautifully Honest channel and podcast, tdjakes, his affiliation with Diddy, like what's really going on. And apparently the ties really go deep. But I wanted to talk about something, and this may not have a direct affiliation to Diddy, but when it comes to tdjakes and that family, they are extremely powerful in not just the Christian, quote unquote, Christian world. And I hate to use the word Christian because, to be honest with you, I don't have an issue with Christians. I have an issue with people who claim to be Christians, but they really are nothing of the sort. They don't live that life. They try to live it in public, but really they're just nothing but connivers, schemers. They're greedy. They are just, some of them are sexual deviants. It's a lot of things that run deep, and they use God as a cover, the church as a cover for living the life that they want to live. But eventually people like that, they get exposed. I don't care how big you are, but I talked about them recently, and I just want to share something with you guys. For those of you who don't know, TD Jakes' children, a lot of them have a lot of things in their past that have been going on, even from the beloved Sarah Jakes Roberts, I think her name is. I don't follow her. I don't care how many millions of people that follow her and love her and adore her and almost worship the freaking ground that she walks on. But she definitely has a lot of skeletons in her closet. And I'm not just talking about a past, because a lot of people could say, well, everyone has a past and blah, blah, blah. But when you are complicit about things that are going on that you know are not right, then it's not your past. It's who you presently are, but you're operating like it's your past in the public and in the present. So from his children and his daughter, Cora Jakes Coleman, I'm going to say, because she is, I believe the divorce is official, but because of the Jakes and their power, they're able to do a lot of things in the court systems because they have a lot of people that are in their pockets and do things and favors for them, where it really isn't the routes that most of us can go through. But Cora Jakes last year was accused of taking a woman's child that she used to be friends with. And I talked about that briefly on my channel. If I can find that video link, I will put the link in the description box so you can check it out. But this young lady, her name is Michelle Loud. She actually did an interview with Tasha K. It was either earlier this year or maybe it was last year. I can't remember exactly when it was because, man, time goes by so fast. But she did an interview with Tasha K. Yesterday, she was on the official King Jive's YouTube channel, and I'm going to put a link to that video in the description box. It's pretty long, but you can fast forward through it to get to the part where he's having this discussion, conversation, interview with her, because it was impromptu. He didn't even plan for that to happen. He was talking about the church affiliation and Diddy and just a number of dirty, crooked things that happen in the church world and the Diddy connection and affiliation. So I thought it was pretty, on par with what I was talking about yesterday. So that's why I wanted to share this. So she shares so much information, and some of the things I had already heard about, but Cora Jakes' husband, now I guess you can maybe call him an ex-husband, you really can't find a whole lot of information on him, but he was arrested allegedly for child sexual assault. And they're, I believe, alleging that he did something to their adopted daughter. I'm going to tell you, I don't believe that he did anything like that. There was a guy, I used to listen to his YouTube channel, but I actually stopped listening to his YouTube channel because in my personal opinion, I felt like he started getting paid by the Jakes family. That's just my personal opinion, because he went from defending Michelle Loud and exposing a whole lot of information about Cora Jakes, the Jakes family, to pretty much the complete opposite, and was pretty much trying to make Michelle Loud out to be a liar, a thought, a whatever. And I was disgusted by it because I didn't feel that it was right. And in my personal opinion, I felt like somebody paid him. And I, in my personal opinion, felt like it was someone from the Jakes family or affiliated with the Jakes, because those videos were getting a lot of views. Okay. So I'm saying all of those things to say, I don't believe that Cora Jakes' husband did anything to that child, or to any child for that matter. She and her husband were over the children's ministry for the Potter's House Church. So if he was some sexual deviant with children, why wasn't anyone accusing him of doing something to the children in the children's ministry? But he would do that to his own adopted daughter. And Cora Jakes, even knowing this, was having conversations with him while he was locked up, but she divorces him. I feel that there's some other stuff going on, just sharing my personal opinion. So with that being said, I believe that he was probably not wanting to be with her anymore. Cora Jakes has been accused of playing for the other team, if you get my drift. And I believe that he was not wanting to be in a relationship anymore. And I'm saying all of those things to say that I believe that because they have so much power, they were able to shut him up, shut him down, and lock him away. Now, I've heard that he was locked up. He didn't even have a trial, pled guilty, and was sentenced to like 40 years in prison. How do you plead guilty, not even like have a trial, and you get that many years? I just believe that all of that was the Jakes' doing. And I'm saying all of those things to circle back to the conversation that I was having regarding TD Jakes and his affiliation to Diddy. It's like opposite sides of the same coin. I believe that TD Jakes' hands and his family's hands are not clean. I don't care how inspired people get by the messages that he speaks and who he's got connections to and who he knows. Oprah Winfrey, Tyler Perry, all of these big name people in Hollywood and entertainment. But nobody's bigger than God. And I don't care, at the end of it all, it's going to be the end when it comes to a lot of these big name people who have been doing people dirty for all of these years and thinking that their money and the so-called alleged power that they have here can just continuously get them off, get them by, get people away from them, get people to shut up, get people to stop talking, keep the truth silenced, and allow some crazy woman who has, and I hate to say crazy, but a woman who has a history of mental health issues and has been institutionalized in a mental health facility on a number of occasions, to have this woman use spiritual manipulation to take another woman's child. Someone who she knew for many years and saw her as a friend and felt like, oh, well, you've got 5 kids. You're having financial issues. Let me take one of them off your hands because I'm not able to have any kids. It's a lot when it comes to this. But again, I'm not going to dive too deep into it in this conversation, but I'm going to put a link to the video in the description box. Go and listen to it when you have time. You don't have to sit and watch it. You can just listen to it, fast forwards if you want to get to the part where he's having the conversation with her, because it is a pretty long video, just, forewarning you. And I wouldn't even say warning, but just letting you know it is a pretty long video. But the information that she shared was just so important. I feel that her message needs to continue to be spread because, like I said, no, I'm not saying that Diddy had any connection to this woman losing her child to the hands of someone in the Jakes family, but this connection and affiliation that TD Jakes has with Diddy and vice versa, you know, hearing about all of the disgusting and egregious acts that Diddy has allegedly committed against Cassie and so many other people, and not even just the people that he has been alleged to have done sexual things to, but just the people that he's done dirty in business. People who were signed to his record label. Hell, the freaking Making the Band, the first one where he had those people who were so hungry to be into working and connected with Diddy and wanting a record deal, that he would have them walking across the Brooklyn Bridge to go and get him a freaking cheesecake. You know what I'm saying? It's just, why would a man of God, someone who is so-called a servant of the Most High God, want to have a connection and affiliation with anyone like this, period? And yet we still have not heard him come out to make a statement about any of these things. Not even for him to come out and say, yeah, I've heard all of the things that are going on about Diddy, and, you know, I'm praying for the victims, or nothing like that. You know, even if it wasn't heartfelt, he has said nothing. He has been silent. And that's what he does. When all of these things were going on, and these accusations about, which are real, Cora Jakes, his daughter that has mental health issues, taking another woman's child from her, stayed silent. Nobody in the family said anything. And they're silencing her. They do not want her story to get out. And the Shade Room, I believe, is being paid off by the Jakes, because they're not reporting anything about, they don't report anything about this. When that story went viral, they would not post it on their blog. So it's just a lot. This rabbit hole goes really deep. But again, guys, I have the link to the video in the description box so you can go and listen to Michelle Loud. And she went even deeper, in my personal opinion, than she did when she talked to Tasha K when I watched that interview. So guys, let me know your thoughts about all of this in the comment section. Thank you guys so much for being here, for liking and subscribing. I'm Beth, just being beautifully honest. So until the next time, as always, I just wanted to keep it brief, beautiful, and now I'm going to say bye.